Hello everybody, today we're going to be taking a look at the Ramming Galleon and the changes that were made to it. I did not get to do an impressions video on the Ramming Galleon to begin with, but now I am going to show what the Galleon is like, what changes were made to it, and what exactly we can do with it as far as customization and what our options are. So if you're looking forward to more content like this, please be sure to give a thumbs up and also subscribe if you have not already for more Atlas news and looks into what they've added in patch notes. So you'll see I also have some Christmas trees on my ship, and the deal with these is you can craft them in the smithy. Oh look, I didn't notice they had skull and crossbones on it, but they're supposed to give you gifts after time, but I have not. Oh gosh, there's sharks on them too. That's kind of cute. I have not been able to get these gifts yet, so I'm just kind of waiting to see what happens. Sounds like my character is going to die of heat exhaustion or something. But anyway, what we're looking for is a small island. It's supposed to be somewhat in the middle. Wow, we're going the wrong way. In the middle of the Freeport grid. Not the fort, not the sea fort, but a very small island where we can buy a ramming galleon. And here is the sea fort that we are passing by. This is not where you buy the ramming galleon, but speaking of this, I wanted to say thank you so much to Scarvig, who helped me figure out the reason why my JSON file wasn't working for whatever reason. It didn't update during the Atlas patches, so if you are having the same issue and you can't get both the sea fort or the small island for the ramming galleon on it, then I suggest you go and look for an updated JSON file and drop it into your shooter game folder after you've deleted the old one. I'm going to put a link to Scarvig's channel in the description box down below. He also does Atlas news, and he's very detailed with his descriptions, and he goes over everything very, very well with a fine-tooth comb, so definitely recommend going and checking him out. So a thought that I've had as we sail up to the ship salesman is, what do you do with your ship that you sail here in? I'm guessing people are going to just have to start using throwaway ships in order to come here and purchase other ships, and perhaps maybe it'll get crowded. They might have to raise the decay on this by quite a bit so that ships can't just sit here and lag up the grid. I think that's going to end up being a problem. Anyway, let's see if we can show off the new 200% backup on the ships, because that's also something that was a gift to us this Christmas in these patch notes, is we can now back up 200% quicker. So, oh yeah, look at this. That is so much nicer. That's awesome. Okay, let's go ahead and anchor. If I can. Can I even anchor here? Wow, we can't anchor here. Okay, well, I guess we're going to test out the backing up a little bit more then. And we're going to back right up to those rocks until I can anchor. Turning is still extremely slow, so maybe they could, you know, boost the turn rate at a standstill. That would be really nice. Developers. Still can't anchor. Come on. Still can't anchor. Okay, this isn't exactly working how I thought it would. We're just going to leave the ship here for now and hope nothing happens to it. I don't feel like going out and killing, you know, 75 rhinos for their horns. That's a lot. That's a lot of grinding. And to be completely honest, I think it's going to offset the benefits of buying one of these ramming galleons, and we'll see why in a minute. So anyway, let's buy one. Anyway, we're going to call this the bird beak because, you know, beak's kind of like a ram. And let's go check out our new ship. Please no glitch on the... Oh, I thought that turtle was coming for me. Alright, so this is what it's looking like. It's all prefab. We cannot alter the planks. I don't believe we can alter the cannons either. I'm going to try all this out. And then we have the top deck. Is the top deck called the poop deck? I'm not sure. You can get on the cannons. You can put crew on them. And I am going to definitely change these sails out because we need a handling sail. Probably 2 handling sails. They did say they improved the turns, but we're going to have to test that out for ourselves. So anyway, I'm going to go get this kitted out, and I will show you what we can and cannot change. Alright, let's try replacing a cannon. So we have all of the usual options, and what we're going to do is... Oh wait, we can't... Can we not even delete it? I don't think we can delete it. I was going to try putting a cannon in its place after I deleted it, but that's not going to work. But as you can see, it can't go anywhere. There's no room for it, not placeable. So that is definitely a bummer. What I really want to see is if it's possible to place these once one of these cannons gets destroyed. So maybe we can go out and try and do that. But let's do the sails. So let's demolish this sail. And I have 2 medium handling sails here. One here, and take this one out. And put one here. Okay, so we have our 2 handling sails now. Curious, I'm pretty sure if I can open the inventory of these, we should... Wait a minute, where are the sails? Huh. Maybe if I put the junk sails on, that'll show up, but that is a little bit bizarre. But all right, let's take a look under the deck because we haven't been in there yet. We have 2 large cannons in the back, and then as you go below deck, I guess this is where we lock our crew in to row. It's kind of morbid. And as you can see, it says we need a patch kit. So another issue that I see is that you need patch kits in order to repair your ship. And sometimes it's really hard to tell if the ship is leaking or not, or where it's leaking from. And so it makes it really hard to use the patch kits properly. But yeah, I can't get over the fact that you're literally just locking your crew in here. There's nothing I can do. There's nothing I can do with that. There's no options to do anything. I like these grates. I really wish these individual pieces of the ship could be used on our other ships. I mean, think about this. I have my schooner right over here, right? And it has this ram. Well, I tried to put something as close to a ram as I could on the front. It's got this like wedge on the front, and then it's got, you know, the little harpoons split both ways. Why couldn't we just have had a schooner with a specialized ramming thing that, you know, lets us still customize our ship the way we want? And also make it more functional for more high-level things, because as far as I know, you can't put higher-level planks on this. This is kind of how it is. So anyway, let me get some crew on here, and we will go out and see what we can do with this thing. All right, let's set sail. Oh, there are our sails. They appeared. All right, let's go find some Ship of the Damned to ram into. That is another thing that the developers added to this. We can now ram some Ship of the Damned, whereas before we couldn't. We could not engage with NPC ships. And that's part of why I didn't put a video out to begin with, because I was like, well, I can't really show off the ramming ship at all because I'm in single player and, you know, can't ram NPC ships. I could have spawned, I guess, a galleon and then unclaimed it and tried to hit it or something like that to see what the damage was like, but I think I prefer this. So anyway, let's go find some Ship of the Damned and we will see how this little ship does. It does seem faster than the last time I had it, and turning seems almost like a schooner. So yeah, curious to see how long this will last against a few Ship of the Damned. While we look for some Ship of the Damned, I figure I could talk about some comments about Atlas that I had been getting in my videos about the developer diary that they did. And one of those was about the ramming ship in regards to how it's going to actually help the game. So I guess we can talk about the pros and cons really quickly, because I think there are a few good points on each side. So first of all, they are not customizable. That is clear to see. And to those who love customizing ships, obviously that's a huge con. But on the flip side, it means that we're going to see less and less of the turtle ships. And once again, it's all up to preference on this. A lot of people love those little turtle, you know, combat ships that have all the wings coming off of them and they're slanted and they don't look a thing like a ship. They look like a spaceship. So a lot of people are really happy to see that this is going to not turn into one of those. It's going to stay looking like this. I mean, in my opinion, it's not an awful model, but at the same time, the front is kind of, I don't know. I feel like the ram should almost be a little bit bigger if we're going to be talking about a ramming ship. I think people are calling it a fork, which it does kind of look like there's a little fork on the front. Kind of hard to see from this view, but yeah, there it is. So there's that aspect of things. The other aspect pro and con is if you are a solo player and I don't know, I'm just trying to see a reason why you would choose this ship over a schooner. Schooners cost less, they are more customizable, you can upgrade all components of a schooner, and you can stay at a distance from your enemies instead of getting way up close to them and possibly sinking your ship, which I predict is probably what's going to happen if I can't turn and get away from the ship of the damned fast enough. I know that the developers are going for fleets and trying to have us pick and choose what kind of ships we want for each type of battle, but I'm struggling to see what kind of battle out on the sea would require us using this ship as opposed to any of the other customizable ships we already have out there. We don't need to ram in order to have a successful PvP battle or even take down Ship of the Damned. I'm just trying to figure out why focus is being put on these ships that probably, even though they're built to be special and have a specific thing that they do, I just don't see that they're ever going to be favored over the old ships, particularly when you have to go out now and grind 75 rhino horns for them. If, however, the developers turn this around and make this into the kind of thing that, oh hey, you need a ramming ship to get something done, I really hope that they don't do this for any of the current content. If they do this, they need to add content that only the ramming ship can do, not take away from what we already have and force people into buying a ramming ship. But then I think maybe it would make sense to have one. But as I said, just struggling to see the benefits of this little ship right now. Ship of the Damned spotted. To be quite honest, I feel like I'm not going fast enough to do any damage, so I'm really hoping that the little ram function is going to work. Before we get started, these are my stats: 104 damage, 108 resistance. I only had the chance to get it up to level 4 on my way here. And of course, the wind is not in our favor. Of course. But let's see if we can line up an attack here. Oh, there's a big boy. Okay. I do also have a few crew on cannons. I need like 4 more spots. So I need to put extra beds on the ship in order to have a fully manned ship. But anyway, we're gonna try and ram this brig. Here we go. Shift Q is to take out your oars. I have a feeling we're not gonna be able to turn in time. Shift Q and go, go, go. Ram it! And then fire with the cannons. Turn! Turn before we hit the— oh, stop rowing, stop rowing, stop rowing. Put the rows away. Shoot. Okay. So, I would love to know how much damage that did to us. And they're gonna— are they gonna take it out before we can get back for a second pass? No, they're gonna miss. Okay. Here we go. Come on, turn, turn, turn. Shift Q. Go, go, go. Row. Fire! And there we have it. So, oh boy, we need to get out of here. We're gonna get sunk. Well, yeah, we're sinking already. Oh no, we're gonna sink. Yep. So, that was fun. Alright. Well, rest in pieces, my first ship. Let's get out of here before a shark eats my face. Okay. So was it awful? It wasn't terrible. I was able to sink a few with it. I like that they upped the damage just a little bit. It turns a lot better now than the very first time I was on it. Man, the very first time I was on it, it like literally wouldn't turn. I'm really hoping that the developers are going to keep improving upon our new Ramming Galleon and give it a specific use beyond just ramming. Or maybe there needs to be some kind of an event where you have to ram something to break it, like some kind of sea fortification, maybe incorporate it into the sea forts. So in order to take down the last part of a sea fort, you have to ram some offshore building. I don't know, just something that gives it a really exact purpose, because right now I would much rather go around on a sloop or my schooner, as I said, instead of using one of these ramming galleons. But I'm glad that they are continuing to make repairs to the way the ramming galleon works, and I'm kind of curious to see what other ships they're thinking of adding. Still not liking the fact that we really can't customize them all that much, and I'm hoping some love will be given to the older ship models, maybe giving us some new building pieces, but I'm really not holding my breath on that one. So anyway, that was a quick look at the ramming galleon. What have you guys experienced with your ramming galleons? I'm really curious to hear down in the comments below. So if you liked this video and want more Atlas news and more looks into the patch notes, please don't forget to give it a thumbs up or a thumbs down if you really didn't like it, and subscribe to my channel if you have not already. As always, the links to all of my socials are in the description box down below. I hope you all have been enjoying your games, and I will see you all in the next one.